Hello everyone, my name is John Michael Bushman and welcome back to Master Duel. I didn't even do an intro this time because you already know what's coming up. So, opening hand is decent. We will have ways to bait out shenanigans here. These two are free special summons, so we're not gonna use that. But everything is hinging on this gold Sark resolving. But if my opponent's just gonna let that one happen that easily, okay then. So we're gonna do that. You know, sometimes wins like this are needed because I went on and God, I tripped up on my sentence so hard there. I went on a 10-game lose streak 2 days ago, and it was extremely debilitating to the ego. I needed something like this, fortunately. So we take wins like this around here. Let's move on to the next duel. Opponent lost the die roll, so I'm going first, and let's see what we'll be able to set up here. Ooh, pretty bad. We're gonna need a way to get to what we need here. Okay, we have Droll to defend ourselves with. Once it comes to that, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use March Hare. We're gonna banish the White Rabbit. Then we're gonna do this, and we're gonna activate White Rabbit. My opponent will be able to draw 2 cards, unfortunately, amidst all of this, but I think we'll need to use the one that summons from the deck in order to do what we need to do here. So we're gonna draw now, unfortunately, so that my opponent will stop drawing cards. And I think we'll just go into the now that I think about it, we'll just go into the terahertz line rather than go any further than this. Although we can keep going, I think, but for the rest of this turn, cannot attack and cannot activate effects. Yeah, we can't even do that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get MTP7. We're gonna put it here. Then we're gonna go through the terahertz line. It's sad that it has to end up this way, but it's what's been given to us. And do note, we have not normal summoned this entire game, so we're gonna be swimming here. And I also don't want to overextend too much, so there's that. So we'll revive this, and do you have something for that opponent? In which case I'll use normal Drone and Lockbird and convert him into a or them rather into a creature that I care about. Okay, opponent did not get that one down. Alright, cool. So we do this, then we go into Link Decoder. There we go. Yeah, we're just gonna go through the terahertz line here, because my opponent didn't exactly give me a choice. And throughout this whole combo line, by the way, we did not normal summon. That's how good the Cyber's combo engine is. Good God. And it's gonna get even better once we have the support from Alliance Insight. So that happens, then we do this, and then we revive Splash Mage. Okay, Dominus Impulse. That is fine. We are still golden. I will literally just normal summon Drone and Lockbird, unfortunately. But yeah, it still gives us access to terahertz, surprisingly. But that would mean our combo lines are slightly weaker, because we're not going to be able to do too much. So 3, 4, and 5. Yep, I think this is enough to go into terahertz. Yay! In spite of all that, you made me normal summon opponent. Fine, fine, fine. You made me lose one line of defense, but I think we're still okay. We're gonna send the save worm, and we're just gonna be happy and pass. There you go, opponent. My board isn't as strong as I would have wanted, but you made me quiver a little. So we're gonna use Dark Fluid, then we're gonna send Code of Soul. There we go. And now he is prepared for the next couple of turns. We're gonna use MTP07. We're gonna search the March Hare. And then once we search March Hare, we're going to, or rather, once we search March Hare, we're going to banish White Rabbit. And then we're gonna have enough material on board to do what we need to do from there. So they draw two. What do they banish? They banish a Dormouse. Okay, sure. That's okay. We're gonna use MTPO7 here before they do anything else. Before they stop us, they did already use a Dominus, so that's one Dominus out of the way. But now let's see what else they do here. We're not gonna use the save worm negate just yet. We're gonna use it later. Okay, yep. Sadly, we have to let that happen. Again, we don't have too many defenses, but I'm hoping that we catch my opponent with this. So we're gonna do this now before they set up any more interaction, if they even have it, whether in hand. Oh, they have a second impulse. All right, yep. I think we're dead-ish. Oh wait, no. We have the save worm, so forcing the issue here. So rather than using the save worm on other stuff, so we end up using it here instead. We really need to get that link 3 into rotation. So we're gonna banish White Rabbit. There we go. Then we're gonna summon March Hare here because we can. And let's see. Okay, yep, they summon White Rabbit, and then I'll summon my White Rabbit, and then that will search something else. At least Dominus Impulse is only once per turn, so we won't be worrying too much about it. So we do this, we put it here, then their White Rabbit will resolve. That will allow them to get a... Okay, they got GWC, so they're gonna want to regain life points. So let's see what else they do here. I'm assuming they're not gonna move just yet. They're gonna wait. So we're going to... I believe we get TB11 here. I know this is GWC, so it's safe to put this here. And they do control enough cards in order to do what I want to do here. Sadly, I don't think we can do too much just yet. Okay, they're going to that. Fascinating. Do we go into that? I don't think so. Not yet anyway. Well, their White Rabbit is in the graveyard. I think I'm gonna hold off on Druid's Worm until much later, so that in case they use that as material for anything else. Okay, Malice and Underground, not good. That will allow them to extend slightly further. What other stuff do I have in here? Although I do have a Appaloosa that I can go into. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna go into Apollo USA. We're gonna banish. Oh, we're gonna have to banish the March Hare. That's sad. Oh wait, no, we have a March Hare in our graveyard. I forgot about that. Then we'll use Code of Soul to link into a hopefully Appaloosa. But if I'm reading this incorrectly, then well, woe is me. So we do this. And then we use Code of Soul to link away all of these into an Appaloosa, hopefully, question mark. Wait, what does Code of Soul link into? A link 3 or higher Cyber's Link monster. Great. So only either Firewall Dragon or, hell, even Heart Scripter. Which, now that I think about it, is actually a pretty damn good option. So we go Heart Scripter here. Okay, here we go. Alright. Then we'll use these 3 as material, and then we'll use the send effect of Druid's Worm to get rid of their field spell. At least that's one of them out of the way. No, what do they have in their graveyard? Yeah, definitely getting Heart Scripter here is the way to go. Unfortunately, not presenting me with too many options anyway. So there is that. Then we get Heart Scripter. There we go. We'll see if I can make my opponent do anything funny here, basically. So Druid's Worm. I'll actually send Dormouse, or we can also send Lingoribo, but I think sending Dormouse is the better option here. I could have sent the field spell now that I think about it, but okay then. You're doing that. Now it's time for me to activate Heart Scripter. We'll return this into the deck. There we go. Let's see what else they do here. We could go into TB11 and get... Yeah, we're gonna get this now. We're gonna sneak it in now. before we do anything else. And yeah, we sadly have to banish Heart Scripter, but we've already triggered her effect. So okay, yep, yeah, getting the Linguri out of the way, so reducing the amount of material, and that's good. That's really good. So yeah, TB11, oh no, is gotten rid of. Heart Scripter will use her effect. Then we banish the GWC, I believe. Yeah, so that no, actually, we banished a field spell. That was my original target anyway. So I definitely should have used the Druid Worm to send the field spell like immediately. So okay, Druid Worm. Okay, yeah, no more targets. Then Heart Scripter, and we are officially out of interaction. Now, if they do try anything within the battle phase, they're gonna be in for a rude awakening. Because Dark Fluid's first sentence is literally negate any activated monster effects during the battle phase. So, okay, yep, converting that into Link Decoder. I am not quite sure if my opponent has anything else. I mean, I don't have anything else, so we'll just let my opponent do their thing here. Okay, Chessy Cat, do your thing. Okay, summon yourself back out. Do you have anything else? I mean, you can convert those. Okay, Code of Soul. Okay, he does still have enough material, but I am not sure if he can even have the attack power necessary to crack over my two monsters. Two gigantic monsters at that. So, let's see. Okay, going to Splash Mage. Okay, he does have enough material, but I'm not sure if his Terahertz line is going to be sufficient. He could also go into Firewall Dragon and bounce the stuff that I have on board, because I literally have nothing else. He has chewed through all of my interaction. I'm not sure if that's even the right call. That's not gonna work. Red Ransom only really works if you have the field spell, or rather if she is pointing to a monster. Okay, getting another getting the quick play spell. Okay, I don't know why you would do that. I would have used that to negate someone's effects instead, I guess. But okay then. Okay, doing that. Oh, they're gonna get the MTP07. Alright, cool. So that they can banish something I control. Sure. It's non-targeting banish at that. Dark Fluid is not immune to removal anyway, so he can definitely bite the dust here. And why did he not banish? Oh, because he wasn't controlling a Link monster at the point of resolution. Oh my god! So he has to work just a little bit harder. Oh boy, opponent. Oh boy. You are in for a bad time if you don't resolve this. This is, I believe, 1100 damage, if I'm mathing it correctly. No, it's 13. Yeah. So he has to get rid of this. What are you banishing? You already used Red Ransom's banish effect. I don't know what else you're fighting for here, but we'll find out, I guess. Okay, just banishing a Maxi. I don't know if that's enough. He can also just go into Access Code Talker, actually, and then clear, rather use the pop to get rid of Dark Fluid, and then use Dark Fluid, and then okay. Don't know. Again, I don't know what my opponent is building towards. I'm assuming if it's just Access Code Talker, then fine by me. That's literally what he needs at this point. Okay. Again, they're not putting it in my arrows, so that's fascinating. Setting a Malice Trap from deck to graveyard. I believe he's used all three at this point, so I am not sure what he's building towards. I mean, if it's just Access Code Talker, then fine, that's to be expected. He'll use Access Code's pop effect to get rid of Dark Fluid, because Dark Fluid is not immune to destruction anyway. So there is that. Okay, normal summoning. Finally, he's normal summoned the Lock and Lol Bird. I am not sure. Again, I don't know what else my opponent is after. If he's aiming for Red Ransom to reduce my monster's attacks, he is in for a rough time. Okay, he has been going for Firewall Dragon, and he can now bounce two things because he is co-linked to two things. So yeah, I mean that wasn't exactly a clean way to do it. He could have. There were like several other steps in that combo line that would have been far better. But okay then. Is this 8,000 if he gets the link 3? Yeah, 53. 5 plus 8. I will be left with 200 opponents. Again, you could there was a much cleaner line than this. I think you took way too many extra steps, but I guess you were also styling on me because I literally have nothing left. So, hoorah, I guess. But there was probably a cleaner way to do that, I guess. I would have probably skipped the few extra steps that he took to get to firewall. I would have gone into firewall right away, just so that I can at least bounce the stuff here and then went into access code talker and tried to kill him from there. But I don't know what was going through my opponent's mind here. He was either styling on me or he just wanted to take extra steps. But that's what I would have done. I would have cut a lot of the fluff there and just tried to kill my opponent. So, a loss is a loss. Let's move on to the next duel. Lost the die roll, so let's see what my opponent has in store for me here. Did not open with any hand traps, so I may just be dead. Have not faced off against YuGiOh, by the way, in this recording. And I've only faced off against YuGiOh twice throughout my entire game sessions. In the past couple of days. I don't know why I don't even see YuGiOh. I guess they're waiting for the Eclipse Twins in order to truly just get the deck into full working capacity. But Maliss is already like an annoying as fuck powerhouse to deal with. So I don't know why the YuGiOh players are just waiting. But yeah, people play what they want to play with. Fiendsmith surprisingly is still around. In spite, Maliss being in the game. But hey, it's still a really powerful combo engine, so who am I to deny them? I have also seen conversations that people have tried Fiendsmith Maliss for some reason, but there are like locks between the... Well, Fiendsmith doesn't have any locks, so that's probably why they have it in the in certain Maliss variants, but just going full Cybers is just infinitely better. So simply because the Maliss lines lock you into Cybers anyway, so why add Fiendsmith, especially if you open with mainly your Cybers stuff, and that will completely lock out your Fiendsmith lines. So again, if people make it work, then hats off to them. I just personally would prefer Maliss to just be pure Cybers instead. But my opponent got Desiree down, so that's already infinitely scary. I am not sure if I will even have the... Oh, okay. This is probably Fiendsmith control because Agnum Day is not something you would see normally. We're gonna find out if we can punch through this. Although... they can revive Desiree when it comes back around to my turn. I think that is enough. My opponent probably has done enough. Yeah, he just revives Desiree, and he could have just done that on my turn, but I guess it's also good that he does it now rather than later, so that it won't be disrupted for much later. He could also just equip the sequence right now, so that Desiree will be protected from targeting effects. So yeah, definitely good on them there. And then the cherry on top would definitely be the Requiem, so that Desiree would be swole AF, as the kids say. Okay, we do have the field spell, so that's a start. But we could just end up going through our Cybers combo lines instead. And I mean, the field spell also just gets the one negation. Well, technically 3 negations, because he gets a number of negates equal to the link rating. So he has 5 negates. He can negate 5 things on board, guys. So we do that. Then we use Dormouse here. There we go. And we could also use this if it... I mean, if we do really need it. So we do this. Banish. Yeah. We'll need to banish this. So let's see. Banish one Maliss monster from your hand or face up on the field. Yep. So we can do it, but we're gonna see. Okay then, my opponent did not do anything about that. That is fascinating. Okay, we get White Rabbit, so we're gonna go through our normal lines. So we do that, and we can even switch their attack powers once we have enough bodies on board. So we do that, then we get, I don't know, we get TB11 because it special summons from the deck. There we go. We've sadly already used these guys' stuff, so I think we just try here. in spite of everything. Or we can wait. Why can't I use this? Oh, because it targets. So we'll have to get rid of sequence first. So that's sad. Well, we are caught between a rock and a hard place, unfortunately, and it will only be 5600. Heart Scripter will only be 5600 once we get there, unfortunately. So what we can do is use TB11. We'll sadly have to banish one of these girls. There we go. I think that was a mistake. Now that I'm thinking about it, now that I'm saying it out loud, and yeah, we will be minused. So there's that. Although we do still have these guys in hand, so that could be something. Again, they're free special summons, so we might as well use them as free special summons. That was probably a greedy line. Yeah, that mistake was definitely on me. So now we have Lingoribo here. Then we summon Code of Soul. He can't negate that because he only negates while on the field. So we do this. Let's see. Okay, yep. Then we special summon Template Skipper. There we go. Then we banish the White Rabbit. There we go. And that will allow us to go into oh wait, we have not normal summoned. Well, we can go into a Link 4 if we so desire. We could, but should I? Yeah, I mean, we literally have nothing else to do anyway, so we're gonna do that, and we're gonna put down MTP11 here. What can we make at this point? We can make Firewall or Appaloosa, but Appaloosa is going to be way too small, so we could just go into the Dark Fluid line. But yeah, I have no idea how I'm going to clear Desiree cleanly here. He has not used his negates because any time. Well, I do have 3 materials though. So hold on. What we can do here is wait, where does Red Ransom point? Down. She points down. Oh boy, this is going to be bad, but I think it's the only way, question mark. So we do this and this and this. Because Dormouse, we're under the effects of Dormouse right now, so will this work the way I want it to? Alright, cool, it does. 54,800. Why? Oh, because even if you swap it around, he gets buffs from this. Fascinating. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we'll be able to do anything else from here. I guess I'll find out. Oh wait, this is a non-targeting banish. I forgot about that. We're saved! Yay! I forgot that this is a... Oh wait, no, it's not a non-targeting banish. Because there will not be any Maliss monsters on the field once this resolves, so it's gonna check. Wow, that's sad. Yeah, I definitely did not have a way to cleanly play around Desiree. He was gonna use that negate at some point. I do not know. I really do not know how else I could have played that. These are the types of lines that are just way too advanced for an average player like me, unfortunately. So we're just gonna put Red Ransom here, and we will shamefully concede my... banish another card. Why? I guess we banish March Hare and recover something. I don't know. So we can finally use this, but again, we can chain block, but Desiree will just... Desiree has been saving his negates at this point, so I don't know what else I can do from here. So yeah, we'll shamefully... He is still not doing anything. I don't know why. So we do that, then Red Ransom will get, I don't know, another copy of the field spell. Again, I don't know why my opponent still has not done anything at this point. I have been trying to play around it. I would have shamefully conceded a long while back, but again, I don't know why my opponent's just allowing everything to happen. I guess we just banish this. Yeah, it's not going to do anything at this point, so we banish that. We play March Hare. Again, I am just clicking buttons at this point. I don't know why my opponent is just letting all of this happen. So now we get Transcode Talker. Then we'll revive Red Ransom, I guess. We'll see what happens. I mean, if he negates this, then yeah, I've definitely given him the opening he was looking for? Question mark. But I again, if he negates this, then definitely I don't know. My opponent has been acting weird, saving his negation for I don't know, for God knows what. Okay, still not. He has not done a single thing at all. And I don't know why. It's horrifying to me. Yes, use transcode as 3 materials, then do this, and then access code talker. Okay, use his effect. He still has not used any of his negates, like, at all. Will he use it here? No, not even. Why? So we get rid of that, and we will. Oh, I forgot I can target him. It's a non-targeting destroy. All right, cool. Then send, sure. That's to be expected. And then yeah, he lost more than I did, unfortunately. But knowing Fiendsmith, they probably have a way to get around back to that. So although I do have recovery for next turn, so there is that. I went through that entire rigmarole. I was ready to concede, but my opponent did not use the negates the entire time. I don't know why. He could have stopped me at any point. Either that or this just a bot. There's also a possibility because it's just a jumbled mess of letters here. So we're gonna find out. Okay, it's Fiendsmith Ryziel now. Now he's going through his Ryziel combos. I guess he'll use that to kill me? Question mark. This has been a really weird duel. I don't know why my opponent did not use his negates that entire time. But he is now going to be able to fully recover and somehow manage to kill me. So I'll see you guys either at the next interesting point, or if there even is one, because he's now going through his Ryziel line. Or, you know, we'll just move on to the next duel. Lost a die roll yet again. So let's see what my opponent has for me here. He's rocking the really cool looking, I believe these are called Queen's Knight, or I literally do not remember the name. We shotgun that. Fortunately, we kind of have to, because nipping Kashtira at the bud is always a plus for me, because I fucking hate this archetype. Let's see what else they do, if any at all. Otherwise, I'll just use Maliss in Underground to try and do my thing. Okay, cool. Adding a Kashtira monster. I'm assuming getting Unicorn, then Unicorn will get the birth, so that he will do even more shit. Okay, I'm assuming draw 2 cards, because it's literally the only mode that matters. Or he could also, you know, look at my hand and get rid of my field spell. That would be very devastating for me. Mimighouls and Kashtira. Oh boy, what's next? You play the Runic Fountain, and then it turns out there's just a mill deck. I mean, that is a possibility. So we're gonna Dominus Impulse that. We're not gonna allow the Mimighoul player to summon a monster to my side of the field, because that's exactly how their game plan works. So we're gonna find out if they do anything else beyond that, because Mimighouls, they are a very rare occurrence on, at least on my personal climb, but the moment they summon a monster to your side of the field, you are pretty much cooked. But we don't have much, unfortunately. They will sadly banish any one of my guys face down the moment they land on the field, so that is very sad. So I think getting rid of Chessicat here and trying to bait out the negation is pretty good. But we'll find out. Or we can actually also just not activate her effect. But we will need to activate Template Skipper's effect, unfortunately. So that may be the one that my opponent's gonna go after. But we'll find out. So we do this, then we go into Linguribo. I'm not even sure if we can activate a monster effect without triggering Fenrir over there. We'll special summon this fish right here. Okay, opponent is still not doing anything yet. Then we do this. There we go. And then we'll do this. Okay, opponent is still not doing anything yet. Although control activates a monster effect. So can we actually go through this entire combo line without summoning too much? That's actually fascinating. Oh dear, do I even have enough bodies? That's actually the bigger question. We can actually just go into SP Little Knight, then try to bait that out. So, and then we can proceed to combo off from there. Huh. Why didn't I think of, I should have thought of that way earlier. So we try to do this. We banish their field spell. Then he tries to banish SP Little Knight. Then we use SP Little Knight to banish Fenrir, or at least we're gonna try to get rid of Fenrir here. Yeah, there was probably a cleaner way to do that. There was probably a way cleaner way to do that. Okay, yep, to be expected. And now I'm gonna dodge. So we do this. SP, yeah, she banishes herself, and I banish Fenrir. And that'll actually leave the Mimigul Dragon on the field. Oh! Ghost Ogre. Did not expect you at all. So while that is on the chain, before anything else happens, we're gonna use March Hare. We're gonna banish Chessicat. And I don't know where else we can go from here. I think I mean, we can hit over the dragon, surprisingly. Oh, okay then. We can go into Link Decoder, but we sadly don't have enough attack power. So, yeah, I definitely should have played better there. But at least we reduced my opponent's life points by 100. So that's a victory in my book. But sadly, I don't know if we can even mount an offensive from here. Because none of my stuff can really do anything on their own. They need 2 or at least another card in order for them to work. And again, I fucking hate Kashtira. Let's move on either to the next interesting point or the next duel. I have played enough of Hearthstone to know that my opponent's username usually means that they are not a human being, unfortunately. So, we're gonna use Dimension Shifter here and try to ruin my bot's day. My opponent, who is most definitely a bot. Again, names like that are what the Hearthstone community calls barcode names, and those are usually bad news. that usually means that people would rather buy botted accounts in order to climb in the digital space, in digital card games basically, rather than use their actual accounts. And so usually stuff like this fly under the radar for a while, and then people mass report said accounts, and then they eventually get scrubbed. But these kinds of people will always keep popping up, unfortunately. So I guess that's a sign that the format's in a really rough spot right now. Good God. But now, because we have free reign to do whatever the hell we want, because we're under Dimension Shifter, and we'll find out if my opponent will even do anything, because their game plan was ruined. Okay, Primite, do your thing. That is fine. I mean, if Dormouse is banished, you're just helping me here. I don't know why you would activate that there, but okay. Although, wait, does this negate until end of turn? No, it just negates its effects. Wait, does it also still does it? I actually do not know. Okay. She still summons herself. All right, cool. That is fine. So now we do. Oh wait, no. Hold on. Because we don't have access to our graveyard. So should we just attack? I guess we just attack. Then we just play our other stuff later. Because we're under Dimension Shifter anyway. So they're not getting back their drill beam. So there is that. Use effect. Sure. What are you gonna do? Summon from the deck. That is fine. That just means my attack will no longer push through. No, we will not attack because that is way too huge. Now we just set that, and we just pass. Yeah, we just pass. Now that has happened, I guess we get MTP 11 and try to banish the True Light here. Yeah, we're gonna try to banish the True Light. We're gonna try and go into White Rabbit. If we even can. Oh wait, no, we can. We can get into White Rabbit, because we have March Hare. Let's see. Okay. Yep. You try to do your thing, opponent. Main one. Do you have anything for that, opponent? Okay, Lordy Lord. Sure, that is fine. We negate. We're no longer under shifter, so we are graveyards are wide open again. I'm not gonna use that effect yet. We're gonna use March Hare to banish White Rabbit from our hand, and then we're gonna do our thing from there. I mean, he could just use Blue Eyes here to attack into Dormouse. Okay, yep. Discard that, sure. Ooh, that's actually scary. Maiden of White is in the graveyard, so we may be in for a rough time here if we don't act soon enough. So we're gonna banish the White Rabbit in our hand. So we put March Hare into defense position. And then Wishes will get, I'm assuming, the Sage with Eyes of Blue and one other card. Usually the voice, yeah, rather roar of the blue-eyed dragon. Sure. Okay. Yep. Yeah. It's basically Pot of Greed. Now we activate White Rabbit's effect, and then let's see what my opponent does from here. There we go. Then we get White Rabbit. Activate White Rabbit. And then we will set TB11. There we go. Then we will summon. We can summon something out of this. Okay. Banish a card you control. Target the blue eyes in you control. Sure. There we go. Now we use TB11. We will banish the March Hare. There we go. And then we will put in the middle the Red Ransom. Her effects will be negated, but she does have a blanket effect that only in the link zones. Really, man, I would have not done it this way if that was the case. Good God. Excuse me. I did not know that was how it worked. I guess it was wrong for me to assume that Red Ransom will be put in the extra monster zone, but apparently no. All right, cool. Lesson learned. I should have banished either Dormouse or White Rabbit instead. So definitely a punt. I did not know that. I thought it special summoned onto the field, but I guess it didn't. It doesn't say that it ignores summoning conditions. So yeah, definitely a punt on my part. So now they're going to go into Tyrant, and he's just going to attack into all of my monsters. Although Tyrant Dragon doesn't have piercing, I believe. Yeah. But he is going to be able to recycle his track cards from here on out. So we're just going to skip to an interesting point because I'm pretty sure I'm either dead here or my opponent will take me close to lethal. And then we're just going to see if I can even mount an offensive after that. So I'll see you guys there. Won the die roll for the first time in a while, so let's see what my opponent has for me here. We opened with the Nuts. We have a normal summon in Fuwalos. So because once we start comboing off anyway, we're not gonna be able to use it, so might as well. We use Gold Sark here. We're gonna try and banish Dormouse. Okay, yep. Dormouse is almost always the get, as I always say. Dormouse, activate her effect. We summon her onto the field. Again, we're just going to use Volos for the normal summon effects and whatnot. So we use Dormouse here. What do you got, opponent? So we banish White Rabbit. There we go. We're gonna try to go into Apollo USA here, and so that our place will basically be secure once that happens. So okay, White Rabbit, and let's see. We get MTP07. There we go. And then we go into oh wait, we can actually go straight into it so that we're secure against there we go, so that we're secure against everything else. So we do this. This is our fourth summon. There we go. It's going to be risky because by the time we make our fifth summon, it's going to be Nibiru or bust here. Well, we're going to find out. Imperm. Okay, good thing it's not on our Appaloosa just yet. We use Code of Soul. There we go. And I think our place will be secure from here on out. Question mark. So we use... Wait, this is only special summon... Oh, wait, no. A Cyber's Link monster. Alright, cool. So we do this now rather than later. And then we use this to get into Apollo USA. I believe... Yeah, that's it. That's all we need. There we go. We have 2 monster negates now. Now, we use Template Skipper. We're gonna banish... We've already banished Dormouse, sadly. And, oh, we've also already banished the, White Rabbit. So that's sad. I guess we do this. So, we do that. Oh, that doesn't count. That is funny. I guess we go into Link Decoder because we literally cannot do anything else. Well, I did not think that that was how it ended up, but I guess we needed more bodies. Again, I'm still unfamiliar with the Appaloosa line. It worked once, but I needed like multiple bodies on board in order to make it work. So we just have basically 3 points of interaction, surprisingly. Yeah, we have basically 3 points of interaction. I mean, I probably should not have banished the White Rabbit because that was potential recovery for next turn. But we're gonna work with what's been on our field here. So we have 2 monster negates, a search negate, and someone's playing DDDDDDD. So we negate that, unfortunately, because once DDD gets their hooks in, it's going to be very, very hard to stop. We are going to do this now, actually. So we do this, then we're going to add March Hare, and then March Hare is going to do her thing here. We do have Code of Soul in the graveyard, so that is something we can use for later. Once my opponent does something here. Yeah, Link summon. Oh, we do need another body, unfortunately, because it needs to be a Link 3 or higher. Okay, that's also a good Ash Blossom target. Opponent, come on. Come on, opponent. Oh my god. Yeah, there's not even like an optimal board and whatnot. But again, I am still like very unfamiliar with the Appaloosa lines that this deck has. No, I will stop it. I'm still very unfamiliar with the Appaloosa lines. Again, I only made it work once, and I have never been able to duplicate it. I probably need more like IRL coaching with how this deck actually plays, because good god, I mean, granted, my videos are mostly for educational and or hobby purposes, because I just want to show you guys that the decks that I like to play. And don't get me wrong, I like playing Maliss, but good god, the amount of skill needed to make this deck like work without, well, making yourself play like me is insane. So we'll sadly have to use Apollo USA there, but she's already done her job at this point anyway. So we will banish the Dark Contract because that's the thing that makes the whole thing work. So we'll just attack SP Litanite into that. Then ooh, what is happening? Oh right, I forgot that Orthos does that. I used to play DDD like well, for a bit way back when, but that deck is so absurdly complicated that they even have new support now, and it makes the deck somewhat competitively viable, similar to what happened with Blue Eyes. They can finally compete against the titans of the format. So that's also real. DDDs and Yubel, a thing that I never thought I was gonna be able to say. I am now very excited for you, opponent, but sadly your Samsara These Nuts is not going to resolve properly because I have Impulse face down. I am so sorry. What the fuck? Oh my god, because it searches any fiend. That is funny. Oh my god. So now you're going to get the Dark Contract, so he can still combo off even if I remove any one of his monsters. But I think removing the Gilgamesh will stifle their combos for a bit. So we're gonna see. We're gonna find out. Yeah, sure. Add a DD monster. Sure. Let's see what my opponent does from here. If anything, let's see. What is he choosing though? I mean, the new support is not going to come into Master Duel until probably sometime next year. You know, from Doom of Dimensions, the name of the set. But most people at the shop just call it, dude. because it's DOOD. So let's see what my opponent searches for. I mean, he could go into any number of things because I barely have anything. Although I'm pretty sure he is also playing scared with the one lone set card that I have on the field, because it could stop his combos, especially if he tries to summon anything from anywhere. So we're gonna find out what he searches for, if at all. He could just, just quote-unquote disconnected. He finally decided. Scale Surveyor is a DD monster that I do not see very often, if at all. Then, okay, that's as good a target as any. So for Dominus Impulse here. So definitely good that we did that there. And I believe he will be destroyed, yes, because I have another trap card in the graveyard. Then I believe I'm just going to Gilgamesh is already good enough. Okay, Griffon. Oh boy. Griffon is scary because this allows him to extend pretty goddamn well. This is like a really cracked piece of support when it came out, but sadly it did not convert into the DDDs into, well, basically being auto close on. Oh, okay, that's actually fascinating. Okay, yep, there's Abyss King Gilgamesh, and this is as good a time as any to get rid of him. So we do this, and we teleport him out temporarily, so that he doesn't have any arrows, because DDDs need that. And I'm pretty sure that will not exactly impede him too much, because he will have he will still have pendulum scales, and it will allow him to summon from his extra deck. But I believe it's only one monster, because I got rid of his link monster here. So in that case, this duel is going to drag on for quite a goddamn while. Oh, I mean, he can go into a level 8 synchro, and he can beat me down from there. Yeah, that's the thing about DDDs. They do, they may have a lot of complicated combo lines, but more often than not, they end on a monster or two that can contest the board. So there is. I mean, I played Fiendsmith at the height of its power, and sometimes Wave Hiking Caesar is more than enough to stop an opponent from killing you. So, okay, yep, Wave King Caesar, and I'm assuming overlay for Wave Hiking Caesar, which is actually a pretty good defensive tool against my deck, because a lot of my stuff deals with monsters. So. Okay, okay, are you gonna summon that, good sir? Question mark? Okay, sure, Scale Surveyor, taking in even a bit of life points, okay, making him a level 4, interesting. What are you after? Now I am excited, because I have not seen this line before, and he has yet to convert. Okay, Link summoning away, okay, another Gilgamesh. But you've already used your pendulum summon this turn, so I am not quite sure what you're going for here. I will find out soon enough. Okay, is sent to the graveyard, or add the extra deck face up. Add a DD spell trap, sure. Then Wave Hiking Caesar, because he was sent to the graveyard, so add another Dark Contract, sure. Let's see what my opponent goes for. Dark Contract with a Swamp, okay, sure. He's going to Fusion Shokan. Wait, is he gonna try to kill me? Because if anything, DDs OTK very easily, because a lot of their extra deck monsters are pretty goddamn huge. Okay, yep, using Necro Slime, which is a staple in DDDs. Okay, yep, Genghis, and yeah, okay, this is just a hop, skip, and a jump to lethal now. Yeah, they're gonna find a way to kill me here, so yeah, I'll not make you guys sit through this, so yeah, okay, yeah, getting into the Deus Machinex even, yeah, okay, yeah, he'll find a way to lethal. I'll just see you guys at the end of this duel. Okay, so a small update here. I was more than ready to concede this to my opponent, but then I forgot. Abyss Ragnarok's effect is he halves the damage your opponent takes if you use his effect. So we still have one more turn, but I am not confident about my odds here, because he has 2 negates? Question mark? He has 3 negates actually, because this negates a special summon, and my deck does nothing but special summon, unfortunately. Who knew? Yeah, definitely my opponent takes this one. I mean, it's really fun to see DDDs, have a resurgence yet again with a new wave of support in the paper game. Not here in Master Duel. Deus Machinex has been out for a while now. But yeah, they'll be getting new support in the future, and we're gonna see if it even makes an impact in the Master Duel meta, because this format is so fucking powerful because it's just a best of one, and we're actually gonna cut it here. And yeah, couple of rough games because either I misplayed or I just don't understand this deck well enough that I will definitely need some coaching from the more experienced players. So if you guys like what you saw and take this video as what not to do as a Maliss player, hit like, comment, subscribe, and share this among your friends. And until next time, toodles.